welcome to the channel. It's Matt 22LR. We got a good one today. We got a good one. We got the Taurus 856. Big question is, have you ever shot a revolver? If you haven't, try it. This is my second owned revolver. I owned another one a few months prior to this. I purchased a 942, which is a 22LR revolver. And yes, I do carry 22 from time to time. I have a TX22 Combat. I've talked about that before. Or not Compact, not Combat. That would be cool. Hey, Taurus, that's a good idea. TX22 Combat. Go for it. But I decided, hey, you know what? Let's go a little bit hotter. So I was doing some research and I decided to pick up the, excuse me guys, the Taurus 856. This is a 38 plus P rated, 38 special plus P rated revolver. This is the third revolver I've shot, minus a rental that I shot before at a gun range that I actually work at part-time. And that was a LCR, or yeah, it was LCRX. And no, it was LCR, just your standard LCR, 22 mag, and it was pretty cool. So I decided to get the long rifle version of the Taurus, and then I was like, because there's not enough velocity for a lot of the applications, and I was like, you know what? Out of a pistol, out of a standard, you know, semi-auto, we can work with it, but not out of a revolver. There's too many gases releasing and all that. Nah, I'm good. So, anyway, guys, so I decided to pick this up. I traded that in, decided to pick this up, and got it for a good price, and decided to go ahead and do it. And it actually came, this is not stock the way I got it. It came with the little black grips. I don't know if you've seen them. It's just like your ordinary, cheap rubber grip that you get from any manufacturer. Of course, Taurus has the reputation of being the cheap guys, but you know what? They're on the grip. I'll talk about the Taurus side of it later, but just on the grip itself, if it was longer, I would have kept it on there because it was actually a pretty decent grip, but my pinky hung off too much. And as you can see with this one, like I get like full grip on this, and that's what I wanted. Nice high full grip. My pinky, and it hung off, and it only got a partial amount of my ring finger. So I was like, no, I want more than that. So I actually found those on eBay after I bought the operator hyena colors, like Pat RMG on YouTube has. Didn't really like those. Saw these, got these. These are the Taurus branded ones. This came off of another Taurus 856. Decided to grab those, put those on, no big deal, and they work great. I mean, everything about them, they seem kind of smooth, but they do have a slight texture to them, and I get such a great grip on this bad boy. It doesn't go nowhere. And then again, this is plus P rated, and we've got 6 shots. You got the 605, which is also an option, that shoots 357. And the way I look at it on that is, with 357 on a revolver, and just like I said with the 22LR, the gases escape through the cylinder and on the cone, and you don't get as much velocity as you would out of a 3-inch, 4-inch, or one of these things. And I don't agree with that, so that's why I didn't go with the 605. Yes, you can use 38 special in the 605, but I would much rather have 38 and be able to shoot, get my follow-up shots on better, control it better, than do a 357, get less velocity, and then also the follow-up shots are probably a little bit slower. It just is what it is. It's a more powerful round, and it just So, like for instance, I use Federal Punch 38 Special Plus P, and this works great. I don't have a problem with it. I think I am going to switch out to wad cutters, though. I've used wad cutters in the past. Shot some wad cutters through here that I got from one of the local gun shops around here, and they work fine. You know, these still go bang and ouch, and the wad cutters still go bang and ouch, and they were pretty on target. You know, they were pretty point and shoot. Where I was pointing with those wad cutters, it went. So I might use wad cutters in this instead. instead of the 38. We'll see how it works out, and I'll carry these on one of my speed strips. I got speed strips in my 511 covert pouch, and then I also have a 511 Moab 3 that I carry when I carry this an appendix that has like medical speed strips, EDC, and everything. Some people are like, "Oh, why don't you just carry it in that?" But I don't. To me, that's not a good concealed carry thing. It's really slow. I mean, the fanny pack is one thing, but the Moab is really slow. So I'd rather carry medical in that and then top it all off. If somebody snatches that, hey, I've still got this in my waist. So go ahead and have it, brother. I can replace that, but let's see what happens when this comes into play. You don't know that you might, and if somebody knows, they'll be like, oh, the weapon's in the bag. No, it's not. We got it right here. But yeah, so you got the 605, which I was kind of mad about. So I decided to go ahead and get the 856. I thought this was a little bit better. Like I said, I got this from Cabela's, and I wish I would have got the stainless steel. The black finish on here is fine. I would rather have the stainless steel. The 942 I traded in to fund this little bad boy. I like the finish on that one way better. This is kind of but again, so we did our upgrades to our handles or to our grips. I also did the upgrade to the sight. This is a Mariglow that I got from the Taurus website. I got it on our Labor Day sale or whatever day sale. It might have been July 4th sale. And this is like a $30 sight regular. I think I got it for like 20. It is a square sight, and it's got a tritium vial. The thing about it is when it comes down to sighting for these bad boys, the gutter sights, that's one thing about 942 that I did enjoy. It had windage sights right here. So you could do the windage on that, and if you needed to, which out of the factory, I needed work and zeroing. So I was able to pop that in, and we were good there. But this came with a regular blade safety that was black. So you got a black blade safety. You got a gutter sight that does not move. It gets a little heavy there trying to figure out the aiming process. That's why I got this, and I was like, all right, because I was going to paint it, and I was like, dude, I don't want to be one of those jackasses that paint the damn front thing. And you know, there's options. There are options. Yes, this is a Taurus, and it has lesser options than say a J-frame or a Ruger, but it has some freaking options. So I said, no, we're going to get a good front sight, and it works out good. Once I figured out where I needed to lay this compared to this, we're good to go. That's one of the things about revolvers when it comes down to it. When you have a revolver as opposed to a semi-auto, there's a lot of differences in the sight picture. Not a lot, but enough to say, hey, it's good enough. So, you know, there's a little extra. So you just got to train with this bad boy when it comes to the front sights, the gutter sights, and everything. Yes, this is meant for up close. We're talking 10 yards, maybe 15. If you needed to make a hard shot, again, clear. You needed to make a hard shot, you do have the single action, double action style where you can pull that hammer back and you can blammo. Speaking of the trigger, this is a very heavy trigger. Okay, very heavy. The thing about that is I carry this in appendix, all right, and I also carry it in my fanny pack. I carry the TX22 compact in my fanny pack and the GX4 in the fanny pack as well. From time to time, I do not appendix carry the GX4. The reason being, well, it's like 1.5 reasons. One, believe it or not, for some reason I could conceal this really well. I'm a little bit of a hefty dude. I got a little bit of a gut. I'm 247 when I weighed myself yesterday morning. So I got a little bit of a gut, but for some reason I cannot get, and my body's a little weird shaped, I cannot get a GX4 or anything like that to conceal properly in my pants, in the appendix, or even on hip carry, anything. It just does not work. And the only thing I could make do that was I had an LCP 222 that I could conceal carry and appendix carry fine, and a Ruger LCP Max 380. Those were fine. This one actually, for some reason, even though it's got the width right there, for some reason, I don't know why, this conceals better than any of them. And that's why this is my appendix carry when I need it. Now, I carry it in a leather holster, okay? No big deal. Again, with that long, heavy trigger, I ain't worried about it. But when it comes to the GX4, for example, yes, they've had issues with dropping and going off when it's dropped and all that. But mine is not part of that. It has been cleared. It is fine. I still have a slight problem appendix carrying just your standard striker fire with no thumb safety or anything like that. Now, if it was a G2C and it had the little thingy or something like that, or a Springfield XD where it had the grip safety and you do that and it's got, you know, you're good to go, that'd be one thing. But I cannot appendix carry that thing. Two reasons. Again, half a reason is the safety, but the real reason is I cannot. It won't work right. It doesn't work with my body. This one does. So you sit there, and I'm not worried about it because of the trigger. The trigger is so heavy. There is no physical safety on here other than that. And obviously I'm not going to pull the hammer and put it in my holster like some kind of, you know, 1800s, you know, Western ready to go. It doesn't work that way. So when it comes down to it, y'all, Taurus has that reputation where they're like, oh, it's cheap stuff. Now the GX2, I can see that. I'm seeing we're starting to roll back. However, that was designed to be one of their cheapest models, if not their cheapest model, and it was replacing the G2C. Gravy. Gotcha. But you get the GX4, you get the G3, you get the G3C, you got the TX series, and all that. And then you got these. You got their revolver lines. And honestly, they're fine. Like, people talk smack about them all the time. And I get it. You know, a number of years ago, I would have considered them Saturday night specials. You use it once, throw it out in the river. That's about as far as it would go. But they are better with customer service now. I've had multiple interactions with their customer service between a barrel on the TX22 that was keyholing like all get out, ordering these things, double checking on the grips. I actually was gonna do I was thinking about doing a warranty repair on the 942, and I ended up not doing it. Turns out I needed to clean it a little bit better because, you know, 22 long rifle is really dirty. I needed to clean it a little bit better. Took it back out, shot just fine. I thought it was keyholing, but it's not. It's not the gun. It was just I needed to clean it more. And, you know, revolvers, you can neglect them to a degree, but you cannot run them dirty for umpteen years. You need to clean these and oil them up and lube them up and do the whole nine whenever you're doing anything with them over the course of the span that you have them. Clean them like you would any other gun. It's fine. Overall, I would say if you're going to go for a revolver and you don't want to throw in money for a J-frame, you know, or honestly, the Smith & Wesson Ultimate Carry Series, the 432 and the 632. Oh, dude, I want one of those so bad. Oh, so bad. I want one of those. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I'm not going to pay the money for that. But if you just want a good revolver around the 350-ish range, that it works just as well as the big companies and all that other stuff, and they stand behind their warranties. You can send it back to them for repairs. It's not a big deal. Go Taurus, guys. Go get 856, 905. If you want the 942 or the either the 22 LR or the Magnum version, any of the Taurus revolvers, go for it. Like I said, just if you want, I would say go with the stainless finish and you'd be good to go. But otherwise, guys, this is a great weapon. It's a good concealable weapon, and it's a good all-around weapon. So I would say go buy one if you want one. If you want a revolver, go test it out. Go buy one of these. Test them out and see if you even like revolvers. And then if you want to skip up to the J frames and all them, go for it. I'm not, but because I'm a cheap mofo. What can I say? But guys, let me know what you think about the 856 and what you think about Taurus in general. What caliber do you think is a good revolver? Do you think 357 is great? 22 Magnum works for you. 38 Special works for you. Tell me what's going on with that. And if you got any specific questions on the 856, let me know and I'll answer them down in the comments. All right, guys. This has been Matt 22LR. I'll see you all in the next one.